Hey everybody, welcome back to How to Build a Stride with St. Louis Hockey Training. I'm Coach Zane. Last week we talked about how to wiggle your foot. So we were doing the wiggle foot. All right, great drill to loosen up those ankles. Today we're going to talk about our edges. We have two edges on our skates, an inside edge and an outside edge. We add a third one also that we call flat. That's when both edges are on the ice. Last week we were talking about how people like to ride those inside edges. If we want to get flat, we got to push those ankles out. Now I'm nice and flat, floating in the middle of that skate. Now, same problem, we do see people on the outside edges also. All right, those knees and ankles are pushing out. We got to roll them in, pushing down more with the big toe. So here at St. Louis Hockey Training, we talk about pushing with your big toe or your baby toe to help push that ankle in and out, all right, where we put that pressure in our skate. When I'm nice and flat, my pressure's across all of my toes. So if you see somebody who's on the inside edges, they're pushing down more with that big toe. We got to push out with that baby toe. That helps me flatten out, rolling that ankle nice and flat. We want to make sure we're flat while we're gliding down the ice, not on an inside or outside edge. Here at St. Louis Hockey Training, we use a drill where we call out inside edge, outside edge, or flat to the player on the treadmill. So when we're on that inside edge, if I said inside edge, that player pushes down with that big toe to roll that ankle. Then I might say outside edge. Now we push down with that baby toe and roll that ankle. And then nice and flat, we put all of our weight across all of the toes. All right, and then I spin it up and I do it inside edge, outside edge, inside edge, flat. Again, we're using that big toe and that baby toe to work that skate from the inside edge to the outside edge or across all of my toes to be nice and flat. Coaches, great drill for you to use on the ice. Hand on the boards, 1 foot, and we're pushing down with that baby toe, then across all the toes nice and flat, then that big toe on the inside edge. We're working that ankle. So with the wiggle foot, we went really fast. Now we're slowing it down, nice and controlled. Outside edge, flat, inside edge, all right, under control, not so fast. Outside edge, flat. All right, parents, little homework for your child at home. Don't forget your skate guard. Number 1, let's put that on. Any wall in the house, picking up that foot. Again, we're pushing down with that baby toe for an outside edge, big toe for the inside edge, and all those toes for nice and flat. Change it up for your skater, call it out for him. Inside edge, outside edge, flat. Now, don't let them get out of control. You're gonna see kids that wanna do this. That was the wiggle foot from last week. This is nice and under control. It's another great exercise at home for building up those ankles. Lay a stick down. Standing 1 foot on the stick, hand on the wall. Now for me, I use the ABCs when I do this. A, B, nice and flat. C to that inside edge, big toe. D, E, F, G, H, I, and so on and so on. Take it nice and slow and under control. Coaches, players, take a video of your player working on this or players. Send it to us in the comments below. Love to take a look. This has been Coach Zane with How to Build a Stride. See you next week.